It's time for bookkeeping, beer, and BS. Is there a strategic reason why it just makes sense to like, as you grow a franchise, stay geographically local versus being like, we're just going to go to the top markets and we'll do one on the West Coast and one in the Midwest and one in the South because the market is there? What's the strategy or what's the thought behind like geographically expanding, like territorialism?
Yeah. So like franchising is totally different than home service industry.
Mm-hmm.
It is its own category of business, but I believe it's about 60% of every dollar can spend through a franchise.
In your brain, you're running two different businesses in a way. It's like you have a franchise company that just happens to be franchised in pest control, and then you also have a pest control business, and your clients in both are wildly different, even though they're
wildly different. And you can have a eyelash lounge or a massage parlor or a barber shop that's franchised,
mm-hmm.
and a ODR. They all are run roughly the same.
Mm-hmm.
And they all have 5 stages of business. But they're just, the system behind it is a little different.
Okay.
So it's kind of like when you get a territory and you're going to say, I'm going to service Boston. You look at that one area and then you're going to focus on where you live, the towns around it, and then move out from there.
Okay.
That's the idea with franchising. So we did so Metro West is the home office. Then we have Martha's Vineyard, an island, South Shore, which is right below. And we kind of built out a little bit of Massachusetts, and then we got New York, New Jersey, New York, and then they've kind of just scattered in. Some have been family and friends, or at least friends of the owners that they grew up with. I've known the owners for years, but we weren't really friends, didn't hang out before. Now it's really a strategic play on, we're vetting our new franchisees really well. We want to make sure that they buy into the business, they buy into the system, and they're here to win. They understand that they have to follow a system. It's kind of like being an entrepreneur, but not really, because you have the systems. You can't just go in and change everything.
Yep. Yeah. So it's somewhere in between. It's maybe for the entrepreneur that needs maybe not need, but wants.
They want the support.
And like, I want to say like false start, but false isn't the right word. It's like a speed
business
start.
In a box.
Yeah. I mean, like your risk averse even doesn't sound right, but you're maybe a more risk averse entrepreneur in a way that's like, all right, like give me the systems. I don't want to try to have to reinvent something. I want the risk. I want to be the owner, but I don't want to have to reinvent the wheel on something that somebody else has got totally dialed in.
Right. So where, you balance that with every business where you don't want to reinvent the wheel. You know what that's doing, house washing, pressure, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
But when you buy an early franchise, you are still that entrepreneur mindset. You have to be able to build the systems that they don't have, work with what they don't have, work with what they have. And that's what I was good at.
You're still, when you're in phase 1, it's still just like a lot of boots on the ground stuff, right? It's still like whether you have a franchise or not, it's all hustle when you first get started.
Yep. Doesn't matter if you're in a franchise or not. I mean, if you walk in and you got a monster franchise at Dunkin' Donuts or McDonald's, put the marketing out there, put the building sign up, and you're going to do well.
Mm-hmm.
But a home service, you're either running out of your house or you're running out of a 1,200 square foot garage in the back of someone's office that no one's ever going to see you. So get your trucks lettered, get them, branded well, and have multiple of them, and people will think that you're everywhere.
Yep.